were some people that you looked up to that you wanted to, you know?
I looked up to like a lot of hustlers. Like I used to be outside when I was young. Like you know, my parents was young, so like I got to see a lot of stuff like in Harlem, like like I got to see like Teddy Riley and the New Jack Swing firsthand, like all of that type of stuff. Like I saw that, like you know, we had the same barber, all type of stuff. Like my parents used to be around them, so I saw like certain stuff, flashiness. I saw a little bit, like you know, I saw what music was doing, like early. Even though if I wasn't saying I was in the studio with them, but like I saw little bits and pieces of like what people were and what they was doing. So like hustlers. Like I remember like growing up in Harlem, like used to like walk to the store and like, you know, my parents knew a lot of people. I would fucking just end up getting $40, $50 from somebody somehow, not even asking. They'll just be like, yo, Lil, you know, here you go, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I was inspired by seeing, like figuring out what them people did. Like, yo, what the hell he doing? He always got mad money. Like everywhere you go, he paying for shit. Like, you know, you start seeing that. And I saw it a lot. And then, you know, what else? Music, Jay-Z, I saw him early. Like I always liked him as a rapper. Like when I first saw him, like I saw him like on a, like I remember this. Like I saw him on the original Flavor like joint, like the record nobody liked. And I was like, yo, who that do that rap like that? Like that was fire. Like, and then I remember like not knowing how to like being young, not knowing how to catch a record or not knowing where to go or where to, you know, just be watching TV, hanging out. And then maybe a year later, another record came out and I was like, yo, that's that dude. And then like 2 years later, he had more records. And then like, I think by like the 2000s, I already, you know, by of course like 98, I knew who he was because he had I Love the Dough. And that's when I really was like, yo, this dude, you know what I'm saying? So like him, Jay-Z, who else? A lot of movies, you know, you young, you know, 90s, Criss Cross. You know, seeing them, you wanted to be a rapper at 10, like, yeah. You know. Damn, you know.
I hear you. And it's interesting you brought up just being young in Harlem and having those influences.
Yeah.
You know, and Harlem has, you know, changed a lot as with the music. Like, how is it different from when you were growing up in Harlem to like what it is now? Because it's, I mean, I've seen it with my own eyes.
Man, it's different. It's super different. Like I'm just keep it a stack with y'all. Everybody's not from Harlem. Like everybody didn't grow up in Harlem. Everybody like, and that's cool. That's not a problem. That's not a diss to everybody. But people that truly is from Harlem, that went to school here, was born in certain hospitals, got certain friends, grew up a certain way, they know that it's a little bit different. It's not a bad thing. We don't walk around like, oh my God, Harlem, oh, what have you done to us? Like, it's not that serious. But like, we know the difference. And then it's like, beyond people, we know the difference in the feeling of it. So it's like, we lost a lot of buildings. We lost a lot of stores. We lost a lot of like, I could go back to being a little kid in the 90s or stores in the 2000s. Like, you know, we used to go to BJ's and we used to go to 450 shop in the early 2000s. We used to go uptown. We found out about Soho in like what, like 10 years ago, maybe, you know, a little bit more. You know what I'm saying? So like, Harlem was, it was very like, Harlem used to be very packed. It used to be very, like every block was like, that's the only thing I miss about Harlem. Like people who really from Harlem know, Harlem used to be 40, fucking 50, 60 people outside on each block, like everywhere. Like it wasn't like this shit, I ain't gonna lie, this shit not fun. Like just because like, I remember that. Like I don't know when people came outside. I've been outside since I was like 9, 10 years old, even before that, but that's when I started really peeping shit. But Harlem used to be on fucking fire. Cars out, all that. Like we was too young. We ain't had no money. We wasn't rich or nothing. We wasn't them people. But like it was just the energy. Like used to be outside. It was just heightened. Like you know now it's like shaved down a little bit. Like you know there's not. You know years go by. A lot of people not here no more. Like you know rest in peace people like Pressy. You know Country. Like you know we lost a lot of people over the years. Like you know the East Side lost Dee Dee. That's something real Harlem people know from real Harlem. Like you know what I'm saying? Like Kells. Like you know just certain stuff. So it's like. Harlem is different now because of the time and like, you know, everything happens and things keep going on, but like Harlem used to be crazy. Dice games, Kingdom, like, oh my Jesus, like we was going to clubs when we was 16, like sneaking in Duvet, like yo, just like, I don't know what everybody else was doing, but we was hanging outside for a long time, like especially people I grew up with.
That's normal if you're from Harlem, though. The 16
Yeah,
in the club.
yeah, like we was outside like acting a fool. We used to throw parties in the Hamptons, like me, Ferg, Tiana, fucking Cass, Angry, Perry, like so many Fame. Like it was a lot of us. Like Kenny, like it was so many people. Like I don't even want to just because then I'll leave people out. Da. So many, but like we just had like a big connection and we just like started doing stuff early. We had a few friends that was a little older than us. We had friends that was in college, so they showed us the college life early, even though some of us didn't go, I ain't go, but I got the Howard experience, all of that. So like we saw stuff and we was like, yo, like, like we knew about like how like Alpo and them used to take trips and stuff and like AZ and all them and Rich Porter and whoever. So we used to feel like that doing stuff when we was young, like, yo, like we ain't had no real money, but like, yo, we could flex. Like, yo, my boy got a crib in Hamptons, let's go up there, let's go throw a party. Like, we from Harlem, we got people taking $300 cabs up there, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so we always was like trying to do something, like, and figure it out, throwing big cookouts, all that.
What's kind of exciting you about the new current state of hip hop? Who are some cats that out here inspiring you? What do you like going on in the game right now?
Damn. I think I don't know. I like what's happening with music. I think there's a lot more happening. I think it's moving faster. I think it's finally like literally turning. So it's like going from like the older people that had it before straight into all of the new. So it's like it's an interesting time. So it's like I can't say I'm exactly inspired by what's going on right now. I'm just inspired by hip hop period, by rap period. Right. Like so like it ain't like this time has inspired me. I'm just inspired because it's a good time, right now. And it's like our time for the youth to just get crazy.
No, definitely. I think the youth is very talented right now.
Yeah.
And speaking of that, like I recently saw your the Get On music video. I think the track is dope.
Wait till I get on. Hold up, wait, should've been on. Flex, now I got a big on. Move, bitch, better get on.
What music have you been working on recently?
I've been working on I got a new project I've been working on that I'll probably put out maybe 2019. But I'm gonna be dropping singles like here and there, and been producing and executive producing other projects and working on stuff. We just did Cuban Dolls, the last two projects. I was in LA working with her on some stuff, producing and all that. Who else? This new kid Waveson coming up. Couple people. My artist Evlo, he's about to come out. He's about to kill a game. He got like some amazing music. Like his shit is like like up there. Like he's got like his own we building that up right now. Me and some special people. So look out for that. But yeah, just right now producing and writing. I did a single with my producer Rain for Dream Doll and Lil Kim called Funeral. We did that like 2-3 months ago. That was like their lead single on Dream Doll's project. So just like working, got some more stuff coming up. I don't really like to talk on stuff before it's like out and about, but definitely got some shit coming up and some events, Lit Fest and shit.
Nice. So. Tell us more a little bit about Lit Fest. How did it come to be Lit Fest? What was the idea for it?
Lit Fest, I just wanted to I wanted to just do something in New York. I felt like wasn't nobody putting no muscle together. Everybody was waiting on somebody to bring something to the city, and that shit was corny to me. So I just I worked on it for a few months and just rented out 2 venues and just did everything I could do and just said fuck it, and got the best acts I could get, and just we went to Sway, we went on press runs, just a bunch of stuff, got a lot of brands involved. So that was something important to me at the time. And then and then the reason after that, we just started falling back from it a little bit, because it's people don't understand how draining something is when it's you, it was right after that, it was just everybody was just all right, what we doing next? And I was just all right, I'm gonna put more work into it. And I got busy with so many other things. I was just I'm gonna get back to it. So that's where we at now.
No, definitely. People don't understand how draining
an
adventure like that is.
Oh my Lord! And then I didn't want to. My biggest thing was we didn't have investors. I didn't take investors. I don't want no investors. So it's if I do something, I want it to be my money. I don't want nobody's money. So that was a big thing for it too, because it was just like, you know, it was one of the first precursors to people seeing that I was like a legit like businessman, like, you know, like, oh shit, like he gonna like try to take care of everybody, he gonna really do something. And like, you know, at first people gonna be apprehensive, like, yo, like I don't know, he's probably gonna, you know, ain't like I rented out 2 venues and told motherfuckers to sell tickets. I didn't charge for shit. I did everything and got who I wanted and did what I wanted to do. So my format was different, but people were still like, nah, I never heard of that, I don't believe him. So, you know, it was like, you know, a little bit of hesitation, but when we pulled it off, it was good. So, you know, I learned a lot from doing it, so we're gonna get back into that too.
So there's a Lit Fest we can definitely look forward to.
Yeah, for sure.
That's dope.
Sure.
When you did the first one, who were some artists involved? How did you kind of put everything together?
Basically, I mean, we was already doing, a lot of us was doing a lot of shows at the time. This 2015 going on 16. So like a lot of us was doing like running around, like, you know, it was a lot of, at that time, you know, 2-3 years ago, there was a lot more venues than it is now. It's probably like 10 venues in New York. At that time, it was like 30 something. So like we was all doing shows, running around, and then everybody was traveling, you know, South by Southwest, A3C, you know, moving around. Everybody going to Rolling Out had just started, like I think, or something like that. So like everybody was traveling and stuff, and you know, we're going to Art Basel. So, you know, you get back to New York, you know, at the end of the summer, we ain't really have shit to do. Like we don't have CMJ no more. So, you know, that was really it. Like the thought was like, yo, we don't have shit to like end our summer. Like,
Right. So you were filling a void.
yeah.
No, that's dope. I saw, I don't know if it's connected, but I saw that Perion was, you know, he's got Lit Boys, Lit Fest, and you guys have done some work with him. We actually interviewed him before,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, Perry, that's gang.
Yeah, that's.
He got I mean, Lit Fest and Lit Boys is not directly connected, but all of Lit Boys was in all of Lit Boys was in Lit Fest though. Like
Right.
that's family, but it's like it's a thing for like everybody. Like that's what it was. Like Lit Fest is like, you know, it doesn't belong to just, it's not like it's the, oh, what Slim says, who says. Like the way we do it is like, yo, who hot? That's who performing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it was called that too. Like, because it's lit. Like it ain't lit because we want it to be. It's like, yo, who's lit right now? Like that's who's performing. That's who goes on. So yeah,
It's cool.
shout
It's
out to
got
them.
Got kind of like the trip set mentality to
Yeah,
it.
yeah. Like you know, like everybody, like even a lot of people, like a lot of people for that night, you know, I was uniting people that don't even get along, you know what I'm saying? But like it's like, you know, at that time they was like, oh shit, like, you know, a lot of relationships was formed that night, you know, and stuff, and then things went on. So you know, it was good for the city. So it's something we definitely gonna do again.
In the track "Get On," you say I should have been on, and I was wondering, do you think you've been underlooked as an artist? Because I know you've been playing behind the scenes moves a lot too.
No, I can't really say, I ain't gonna lie, I don't complain, I can't do that, that's whack. Like it was like, the song was more so for people who feel like that too. Like, you know, I'm not as slept on as I used to be, so I can't even complain. If I am slept on, I wouldn't feel it, because I wake up every day and bust my ass, you know what I'm saying? So like, I don't really be sleep on shit.
Yeah.
But like, I wanted to make music for people that feel like they should have been on, they get slept on, like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just real quick, like, I should have been on. Wait, you know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
wait till I get on. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody, I think like everybody feels like that with people. Like, everybody, like, no matter what you're doing in life, like, you got that point where it's like people playing with you, they coming at you, they not, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, yo, wait till I get on. Like, hold up, wait, should have been on. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
So it's like, you know, that was like the whole thing about it.
And I feel like you're someone who really lets the work speak for itself, you know, because that's not what a lot of artists have, since you're making so many business moves. You understand that, you know, you're gonna get on it like when you want to, you know, based on your effort.
Yeah, you can't, like a lot of artists, they be thinking they shit is in other people's hands. Like, I don't give a fuck what nobody talking about. Like, I be doing what I be doing. Like, you know, like people worry about numbers, they worry about Instagram. Like, man, please, like that shit a joke. Like, all that shit, like everybody a joke, clown. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like, it is what it is. Like, it's people that got numbers on numbers on numbers, and all they could do is link up with girls, can't make no money. Yeah. Don't know, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, you ain't saying nothing to me. Can't even make half the moves my artists make, or my cousin make that just found out about the business last month. You know what I'm saying? Like, so people just they be playing themselves. Hip hop culture is everything. Hip hop culture is everything. If we ain't have hip hop culture, we wouldn't even be like, life wouldn't even be exciting. Like, you know, like that shit would be like, what the fuck would we be doing here? Like, somebody one day would have woke up and said, boom, boom. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Like after a while, like this shit would have happened anyway.
Yeah.
So like, you know, if somebody don't believe that, they stupid because we already had the words. You know what I'm saying? Then we had sound. So hip hop culture, that's everything. Like imagine, like, you know. Thank God for the people that started like saying certain shit and just being like, "You're my man in the park after dark with the heart," you know what I'm saying? Like yeah.